So once you've added your photo to your canvas that you're going to work in, and I like to actually, when I'm working with just photos, I normally do this in a presentation, a blank presentation. It gives me a broader canvas to work with. So here are my photographs. I've chosen a graphite drawing. This was originally taken on a piece of white paper, but right now this photo, because of the lighting, it doesn't look white. It looks kind of a coolish gray. So my goal is to try and get to the white of the paper and the parts that are white. All right. Now the other thing that I would want to do is I got to crop this photo. And you'll notice that the drawing is a little warped. I'm going to click Edit Image and I hit Crop. And I'm going to crop it. Now, if I were able to do this in Photoshop, I could crop this where I wouldn't lose anything. They have a perspective crop that actually clears it all up for me and would give me the entire image and make it look squared. But that is one thing that you cannot do in Canva. Yet, who knows, they might come up with it later. All right, so I'm going to hit done, and there it is. And now I'm going to go to my edit image, and I want to see some of the cool things that I can actually do. Background remover is something that you would do if you were wanting to take something out. Filters are kind of cool because these are preset. Now, Canva does this kind of quirky thing where they just kind of name them cutesy things. But, like summer is when we think of as really warm, that's going to make it warm. Look how much you notice my papers become yellow. Afterglow, and if you'll notice, afterglow is getting a lot closer to the actual white of the paper. And then let's see down here if I wanted to go for that one. You see this becomes almost like a pink color. So really they're giving you different ways to make things pink. Grayscale, you'll notice I still don't have my white yet. Street, still don't have the white yet. But every time I do that, you'll see they have these little dots with lines. That is so that you can come in and change the intensity of the effect. All right, so I'm going to go to none. So this is something that works really well with color photos as well too. Okay. The other one you have is photogenic, and these are actually giving you kind of the same perspective, but it shifts a bit more than just the color. So when I hit Capri, that's helped me out, and you'll notice I've got intensity here as well. All right, and I'm going to keep going down. These are just presets, and sometimes you can look at the presets and they can solve your problem for you. So there's noir. Let's see what happens with noir. It's getting there. I'm going to try ink. You'll notice I still don't have the white of the paper that I want to have. So what I'm going to do is go to the adjustment menu. Now in here, I can do the individual sliders to get this image to where I want it to be. So obviously it's really dark. The first thing I want to do is adjust the brightness, and that's helped out. Contrast allows you to separate and define the light areas, the mid-tone areas, and the dark areas. And with this photo, I really need to do this. All right, so there you go. It's starting to get clearer. We're still not to white yet. You can see this against the white background. That really helps us out. Saturation works more for colors, so I don't have any color here. Tint would allow me to tint it. So if it was taken under, say, fluorescent lights, which I know it was, if I move it towards the warm end, you'll notice that it's starting to get a little less color in the whites. But, so I might leave it right around in here. All right. I don't want to blur it, but if I wanted to, this is how you could blur it yourself. You can try the X process, and you'll notice this is just like some different processes you could actually do in the darkroom. Vignette, I could go lighter around the edges and make it look, ooh, so romantic. I don't want to do that. Warmth is exactly what it says here. If I go here, and oh my gosh, look at that. Between adding the blues and that in, I've almost gotten to white. It's getting a lot closer. I'm going to do the clarity a little bit more. It does define things. Vibrance is where I think I'm going to get my whites a little bit more. Now, I know in this that the lights, when I took this picture, the lights, there's a lot of lights in here. So for my highlights, I'm going to pop it up and then bring up the shadows a little bit. And I want you to notice the difference between the two photographs because I think at this point, that is probably about as good as I'm going to be able to get with that photo. So that was just really quick, down and dirty, how you can edit using this as Photoshop. So here's an image of my daughter that was taken. She was outside. You notice it's kind of a dull photo. So I'm going to edit it and just really quick to show, even after you've learned how to use all the manual adjustments that you can use from the adjustment menu, if you come down here, you can always try auto enhance and let Canva work a little magic and see if it's not a little bit clearer. If you'll notice it got slightly warmer and a little bit better. So I just want you to know that even though I have gone through and showed you all the cool steps that you can do here, don't forget you can do auto enhance and hopefully that will get you a clearer picture. But it's lots of cool things for you to play with in Faux Toshop in Canva.